Okay, guys, in this video, we're gonna integrate Active Directory to our VMware environment. Now, I'm gonna write these steps here. What I'm going to do in this video. In this video, we have a domain controller. We created a new VM. So create a VM. I'm gonna create a VM with the name VCP-DCV.
Web browser is a client of the server, and the server
with IP address 192.168.100.10. It should be the same network as tell what you're doing, and the domain name I'm using in this is kenneth.local. My domain is this, and then all what I need to do is I need to create an OU. Once this is all done, after that I am going to join Vcenter to my domain, and next one I'm going to create an OU called Vmware OU, and in that OU I am going to create four accounts. Create following four accounts. Now the accounts are, one is VMware admin. Now VMware admin or VM admin, and that account has full access to VMware environment. And second account is helpdesk. Helpdesk will be having read-only access to VMware environment.
Very cool.
And then after that, I have a user called Mike Adams.
All right, I think that's an awesome overview.
Mike Adams will have full access to Toronto environment, to Toronto site, or Toronto vCenter, Toronto VMware environment.
These three languages.
Excellent. Do you want us to give you a little overview of this before we move forward?
Please, yeah, that would be awesome.
So, in very, very quick.
And like Mike Adams, I have Dave who has access to Montreal environment.
Mac, Windows, so Landsec, MAMP,
right,
or XAMPP, I guess we say.
So Dave has access to Montreal environment. So these are the four users that I'm going to create. And then after all this, I'm going to integrate my vCenter to integrate Active Directory to vCenter.
And then Express and Angular are two different
Active Directory to vCenter. Now once this is all done, then we're going to test out the user access.
And so we have Angular also, which is kind of like a new.
So this is what I'm going to do in this lab. Now, so here, first of all, I have my VMware environment, which is number one. This is my vCenter. I have ESXi, CSXi 2, 3, and OpenFiler. Guys, always make sure that your environment, your VM environment is working, because I'm going to work outside the VMware environment. So my VMware environment looks good. I have a data center. I have actually in this case I have a cluster. In your environment, cluster is never a must requirement, but later on we're going to add a cluster. But here, all we need to make sure that hosts are connected and VMs are connected. Now in this start with, I don't have to do anything. Let me first verify my Active Directory environment. For that, I will go to my DC. This is a DC which is server 2012. So it doesn't matter if you have a DC in server 2012 and your DC is 2008. It doesn't matter. So here, now let me first check my Active Directory server. In Active Directory server, as we all know, we can go into local server and see our all configuration right from here. So the name is Kenneth SRV01. The domain is already installed, which is kenneth.local, and IP address is 100.10. And then now my case Active Directory is already installed, IP address is there. Now first thing is that I need to check that if my vCenter is accessible. So for that I will ping my vCenter. So my vCenter is If you're using a different subnet, then you should know that you should be using you should be picking another subnet. So from my DC is stimulator. Always keep on doing things at different levels so that you know that at least you don't have networking issues. Maybe you might have partition issues, not networking issues. So I'm going to do the same thing from the other machine and sync my DC. So although I know that they are working, but still I'll verify and make sure that they are syncing. So here, second one.
It's a mature platform.
So both sides are syncing. Now what I need to do is, guys, now I need to join. Actually, I can join it to DC or I can create users. You can do anything. So first of all, let me join it to DC. Now in VCP, all I need to do is, first of all, go into your networking in DC and make sure that VCP is pointing to DNS. So here, I'm going to the local network card of my VC. I'm going to properties here, and within properties, I'm going to go to TCP/IP, and I make sure that DNS on VC is pointing to my DC. Otherwise, VC won't be able to join VC. So first, I make sure that this is pointing. Now, secondly, I will just go to my computer on VC and join it to Active Directory. So in this case, I will go to change settings. So for now, it shows me that it's a workload. VC is a workload. VC is not joined anywhere. So in this case, I will go to change and change again and change it to DC domain. And here it should point to Canet, which is a domain. And if your DNS is right, your networking is right, it should be able to join. But if it is not able to join, I think few of the things are missing. Now, if you get this error message, guys, it's time to do some basic checks. So I already checked that the DC is pointing to DC, but the second important thing is, are they on the same network? So this is on NAT. Yes, and then we need to check the firewalls. So both are on NAT. And let's say the firewalls. Let's check the firewalls on this. Okay, so firewalls are on. So all we need to do is switch off the firewalls.
Issues there.
So once the firewalls are switched off, we'll go back and try that access again.
Cool. Okay, and then it says it's the OG.
So I'm going to check the firewalls on this one. So firewalls are off, but it's all good. So here, just type the IP address of your domain controller and
password. Came out in like 91. PHP kind of started coming together by 97. MySQL as a product, I think, came out in 95. Apache was, I think, by the...
Yeah, so it gave me username and password issue. So again, I'm going to try again with the right password. And the right password is...
They go through an interpreter, and the interpreter is going to read each line as it's executed.
And the password?
Along the way. And so one of the sort of the trade-offs...
So once this is done, the machine will restart once. Because after joining event. Now, while this is being restarted and it is joining, so at the moment it is going to Active Directory and joining itself. Now, while it is joining, I'll go and open ADUC because I need to create 4 users. So I'll go to Active Directory users and computers. At the same time, okay, so this machine is joined. I'll just close this machine and restart it because that's a joining requirement. You must restart.
And then also just, it's very common.
So once it is restarted, now guys, it's time to create a special OU for Vmware and create those 4 users. So I'm going to go into this domain, canet.local, and create a new OU first. So I'm going to create a new OU. Now, having looked at our notes here, so what I did, I already have this, VM, and with domain. I already joined it. Now I am on this step where I'm creating this. After that, I'm going to create 4 users here. So here, let's create OU called VMware. And then within VMware, we're going to create 4 users. So one user is, so the first user is VMadmin.
There is a kernel of truth to that.
VMadmin, and the username is also VMadmin. So both are, so your first name is VMadmin and Here, your logon name is VMadmin as well, and the password is our standard password, capital, password 1, and we are unchecking this option. So we're not using this option. Now next and done. So first user is created. Now I'm going to create a second user, and second user name is helpdesk.
You might choose one of the newer technology stacks to start with, but the thing is, it's still easy to learn. And
let me create this user, helpdesk, FX,
and also
the standard password
for PHP developers. And even if a company wants to take
standard password is done, user is created.
and port it over to
So again, I've already created 2 users, and I'm going to create the third user, and the third user is Mike.
Users will see it live.
Adam.
So it's like, oh, I have one more. I can click this. So now
And then here, and
find out, like, oh,
Adam. And then here,
So that
standard password.
capabilities are important. Okay, that's awesome. That's cool.
And then you just uncheck this option. I'm going to create my 4th user. There's one thing very important here. We're not making any changes to permissions here. So permissions, we're not making changes to permissions, and here we're just creating users. So once this is done,
they're both fruit, but they're like not the same at all in any way, right?
So now all 4 users are created. So now active directory work is done. Now we need to go back to, so once this is done, the OU is there, 4 users are there, that's it. We don't need to do anything on active directory side. Now we're going to come back to our vCenter. And now log into the vCenter, not with a local account. This is local account. I need to switch it to the admin account. So here, you need to always write NF first, your domain name, and then administrator, and then the password. So once you use the password, it will let you log in. Now once it is logged in, after that we are going to log into both. So let's see the notes, where we are from the notes here. Now within the notes, here I've already created this 4 accounts. Now the next very important step is that I'm going to log into both legacy and web, and then we're going to integrate to Active Directory, and that is the main very important point. How do you integrate vCenter with Active Directory? So here, now I'm going to integrate Active. So this is the main point we all need to see, that how to integrate Active Directory to vCenter. Now guys, let's log in to our vCenter, and from vCenter we're going to log into both of the clients, legacy client and web client. Guys, the easiest way to integrate Active Directory to vCenter is to web client. So I'm going to go into VMware web client first, and then on a web client, we are going to log in. Always remember, when you restart a vCenter, your vCenter 2 important services are delayed start. So if your vCenter doesn't let you log in, always wait few moments so that it can start the services. So here it is starting.
The last few months, we are continuously updating the kind of the platform, because the technologies themselves are changing.
So now here, for now guys, it is very important to know. So now it is very important to know that these accounts won't work, because these accounts are not inside vCenter at the moment. So these accounts, Vmware, helpdesk, Mike Adams, won't work on a vCenter. Later on, we're going to log in with it, but for now, our only access to vCenter is administrator at vCenter.local.
Database, you can use a different front-end framework instead of Angular. You can use different
and the password
instead of Express, but really just getting started with these is going to give you the kind of the vocabulary.
And once this logs in, then comes a very important part where we integrate Active Directory with vCenter. So it's just logging in.
We challenge him to run 2 to 3 different
Guys,
services.
I'm logged in to vCenter now. So now comes the very important part where you integrate Active Directory. So guys, everybody look at the screen. Now here, all you need to do, once you're here, go to administration, and under administration, you will go to configuration, and under configuration, you will go to identity sources, So one more time, I go back to home screen, and from there I go to administration, and then configuration, and then go to identity store on the left side, on the right side. So here now under identity sources, the only source you have two sources there. One is display.local, and then here we're gonna add Active Directory. So all you need to do, click plus. So when you click plus, then you select the first option, Active Directory Integration. Integrate Windows Authentication. So once you do this, since the machine was already joined to Active Directory, it automatically recognizes that there is another domain in this server. So that is your chemist.local, and all you need to do is click OK. And as soon as you click OK, this will integrate Active Directory with vCenter. Guys, I can tell you that in version 5.5 it is made very easy. In version 5.1 it was difficult, guys. In 5 it was even more complex. And in 4 there were many issues. Guys, here they made it so easy that you just with few clicks you can integrate Active Directory. So now Active Directory is integrated. Now the next part is, from our nodes, we need to set up these permissions. So we need to give VM admin full access to the environment. We need to give help desk only read-only access to the environment, and Mike Adams only access to Toronto, and Dave only access to Montreal. Now in order to complete this access, let's go on to home screen and then go to host and cluster. And here I do see one folder for Toronto. Let's create another folder for Montreal. Now our complete environment is sitting inside Toronto. Let's create a placeholder, a folder called Montreal. I'm just creating a folder called Montreal under vCenter. So you just right click on vCenter and create a new folder called Montreal. But we just need to have Dave's full access to Montreal and Mike's full access to Toronto. So all you need to do, go to home and then go to host and cluster and go on vCenter.
So because of that long JavaScript, everything.
Once the Montreal folder, so now this is our structure. Now in this, for now I haven't set up any permission. So let's go step by step here. So first of all, VM admin needs to have full access to VMware environment. Guys, there is one thumb rule that we need to follow in this, and that thumb rule is that wherever you are, whatever is selected on this side, you can set up permission on that object. For example, if somebody needs the full access, you select vCenter, and then under manage, there is something called permission. So I'm just showing it to you. So if you add somebody on this level, that person will have access to the full hierarchy underneath. For example, if somebody needs access only on Montreal, then you select folder on this side, and on this side go to manage and permissions. If somebody need to have access just to this data center, then just select object on this side, and on this side go to manage, and then go to permissions. So now it's really that easy. So whatever is selected, for example, if you want to give somebody only one VM access, so you just select that one VM on this side, and then go to manage and permission, and then you can add people here. So that person will have access only that object. So which means if anyone is at the top of the hierarchy, he would have access, or whatever type of access he will follow automatically inherited everywhere, just like in your policy. You make a policy on top, it will be automatically inherited. Now, first of all, we need to give VM admin full access to the environment. So I think full access, it should start from vCenter. So we should click on vCenter, and then on this side manage and permission. Now let's see what is the information here. In permissions it's empty, so all we need to do is click plus, and in plus, when you click plus, on this side you will add a user, and on this side you will select what type of access that user will have. Okay, so here all you need to do is click add, and then in this add, select the domain, you will select channel, and in this let's search for VM admin.
So hot.
So you selected for VM admin and you found the user since we created it in Active Directory. Just make sure that on this you select the right domain where you're searching the user. So you search the user. Once the user is selected, and so before that you need to click add and then OK. So now the user is here. For now, this user has no access. Now in this side you need to select the role. So the role will be administrator. So once you say this is administrator, and as you can see, deep down inside the permission, administrator has full access to the environment. So we added canet/VM admin, and then we added administrator and click OK. Now, VM admin should be in few moments.
Anybody that is learning Ruby on Rails, it's a phenomenal language.
In few moments, we should be able to see this access.
Do your research. Don't just use these shortcuts. Take it for granted. Yeah. So I get off my soapbox.
I'm refreshing it.
No, that's fair. You hear so much about the magic
Okay.
of Ruby.
So let me go back to this.
It's great once you already fundamentals, then it's nice to be able to to kind of lean on some of those.
Now guys, we just gave canet/Vmware VM admin. Now I'm gonna configure helpdesk. So my second permission is this. So helpdesk read-only access to the complete environment. So for that, all I need to do is first of all select your vCenter on this side, and for starters, it's always better to go to home and go to hosts and clusters, and then select VM so that you can see the complete tree. And here just keep selected VM, and then you go to manage and permissions, and then add. When you add, here I'm going to select helpdesk, and then go to canet, search for helpdesk. Once helpdesk is selected, you need to click add, and then click OK. And on this side, guys, there is something called read-only. But for VM admin, it was administrator. For helpdesk, it's just read-only. So helpdesk can see everything, but it will be all read-only. Now the next thing is Mike. So Mike, let's see what Mike needs. Mike Adams has access to Toronto, but not to Montreal. And Dave has access to Montreal. So it's really easy. All we need to do, go on to Montreal first, and then go to manage permissions. And here, we'll add Dave. So let's add Dave here. Canet. And search for Dave. Once you find Dave, add, and then click OK. On this side, Dave is a full admin on Montreal. And same thing goes for Toronto. In Toronto, you need to add Mike. So let's add Mike here. Make sure domain is selected, and then Mike, search Mike Adam comes. As you select, as you search, add, click OK. On this side, Mike is full admin on Toronto. Now guys, we have all four types of access in place. Guys, in real environments, if you are given different tasks, so different users need to have different, this is exactly the same thing. Few basic rules on this. One is whatever is selected on this side, on that level you're setting up the permissions. So here, now the next task is just to verify. So next task is at the end is just to verify, and that task I'm going to do in. So guys, all four users have access. Now the last step, everyone, the last step is to verify the access. To verify the access, what we can do, I can log off from here. Guys, when you're logging in, you can log in two ways. You can log in two ways. One is traditional way. Traditional way is this, guys. Everyone look at the screen for a second. Traditional way is sign-ups as administrator. So guys, in that, most of the time you will use UPN. What is UPN? Same user account will be written as an email address. That is called UPN type of login. In this, I can just say administrator at ns.local. This is known as UPN. So it should work in this manner as well. Just like you log into administrator at VCP-DCV, it should work as administrator not administrator, VM admin. So we are checking VM admin. So once you log in with VM admin, and you provide the username and password, it should let you log in, and VMware will have full access. Now, full access means as soon as the person logs in, you should be able to change anything anywhere. So let's quickly check that out. Go to Home, go to Host and Cluster, and within Host and Cluster, I can see if I go to Manage, all options are enabled here. I can go to Edit, I can change anything. Now let me check the help desk. Now all you need to do is log out from here.
That's like,
Yeah, we don't want to step into the holy
not at all.
wars there.
Because it's absolutely about what kind of application.
And then right here, all I need to do is help desk
End results can determine what
at
application. So it's not like
ms.local,
I'm going to build
and then the password.
It's going to be more like.
And how do we check that everything should be grayed out? If
framework that I'll use for it.
Right. Yeah, I know that's general, but I think it is.
so here you would go back to Home, Host and Clusters,
Applications I do want
and everything when you go in here.
Actually, first, what is?
So everything is grayed out. So these guys can see everything but is grayed out. Now the last thing that I want to show you is Mike's access or Dave's access. Now in case of Mike or Dave, you would see only those things which they have access to. So they won't be able to see the complete environment, they can only see their own environment. So let's log into
See, there's a lot because
and Adam at
no SQL and you're doing full
ms.local.
development, either you're doing Java or JavaScript or potentially
password. So once you log in,
most likely use
it should show them only Toronto, not Montreal. And same goes for Dave. So guys, this is how we verify that who has access to what. So in doing this, as you can see, he can only see Toronto. He can't even see. Now the same goes for if any admin is only given as a certain cluster, so you can only see that cluster in that complete vCenter or in that. So guys, this is how.
Absolutely. All right.
So if Mike selects the vCenter, here it says he does not have any privilege on vCenter level, but he has full access on Toronto level. So guys, in this manner, we have completed our integration to Active Directory, we have created users, we have verified their access. So this is how we can integrate domains to vCenter.